We often mistake the villain's motivation for simple cruelty. We assume they want to destroy the world because they are broken, or evil, or mad. But in Wuthering Waves, Phrolova does not want to destroy the world. She wants to save it. Specifically, she wants to save a version of it that no longer exists. Most players see Phrolova as a tragic archetype, the grieving survivor who turned to the dark side. But that reading is too shallow. It misses the actual argument the game is making. Phrolova isn't just an obstacle for the rover. She is an indictment of the rover. Consider your own position as the protagonist. The rover is a hero defined by fluidity. You wake up, you have no memories, and because you have no memories, you have no trauma. You can adapt. You can forge new bonds. You can save the world. Because you aren't weighed down by the history of its collapse. Your amnesia is not a curse. It is your greatest privilege. Phrolova is the opposite. She represents the horror of hypermnesia. She remembers everything. Every death in Osti Note. Every face, every promise broken. She is the Austin Ashto, the stubborn musical phrase that refuses to change. And that is the thesis of this video. Phrolova is not fighting you because she hates you. She is fighting you because you have the luxury of forgetting the past, while she is biologically and systemically forced to live in it. To understand Phrolova, we first have to dismantle a common misconception, that she is a pawn of the Fracticitus, or a victim of their manipulation. This is false. Phrolova is not a puppet. She is a maestro. While she holds the title of overseer, her relationship with the organization is transactional. She instrumentalizes the Fracticitus. She uses their resources, their order, and the Threnodians' power as infrastructure to build her own private world. She doesn't care about their grand revolution. She cares about the lost beyond. She is the one conducting the symphony. The Fracticitus are merely the orchestra she hired to play the music. Now, let's look at how she conducts you. Let's talk about the rhythm of violence. Almost every action game, and indeed most combat in this game, operates on a 4/4 time signature. It is a march. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the rhythm of soldiers, of war, of forward momentum. Your muscle memory as a gamer is trained on this pulse, but Phrolova forces the combat rhythm into a 3/4 time signature. It's a waltz. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This isn't just an aesthetic choice, it is a psychological weapon. By forcing you to fight in waltz time, the game creates a sensation of clumsiness in the player. You feel offbeat. You feel like you are tripping over your own feet. Why? Because you are an intruder. You are barging into her ballroom, into her carefully orchestrated opera. The dissonance you feel, that frustration of not being able to find the rhythm, is the narrative manifesting in your hands. Notice her verbal cues. She says,
Ictus, ready.
In conducting, the
Ictus
is the precise moment the baton changes direction to indicate the beat. She is synchronizing violence with the rhythm of the universe. She isn't fighting you with rage. She is fighting you with choreography. She floats above the battlefield, detached. She doesn't touch the ground, because the ground is reality, and she has rejected reality. Phrolova's kit revolves around a resource system of volatile notes, specifically blue notes and red notes. This isn't just a color code for damage types. It is a map of her philosophical architecture. Look at her face when she channels the blue notes. She smiles. The blue notes represent the haunting dream. They represent the lost beyond, the fake village, the resurrected friends, the lie. When she is immersed in the blue, she is happy. She is dissociating. She isn't seeing you. She's seeing her mother. She's seeing Triss. She is looking through you into a paradise that doesn't exist. Now look at the red notes. These represent fate and finality. They represent the reality of what she is doing, using the havoc element to tear the world apart. When she uses red, she frowns. The smile vanishes. This is not madness, in the clinical sense. Phrolova is philosophically coherent. She knows exactly what she is doing. She knows the villagers are dead. The red represents the pain of the truth, and the blue represents the comfort of the lie. She is a character trapped in an oscillation between ecstasy and misery, and she deliberately chooses the blue over and over again. As her song lyrics say, "Does it matter if it's true? It feels a lot more real." We need to talk about the flowers. The red spider lily. It is everywhere in Phrolova's design, in anime and gaming. This flower is a shorthand for death, but the botanical reality of the flower tells a much more specific story. The spider lily has a unique biological trait. The leaves and the flowers never exist at the same time. The leaves fall before the flower blooms. The flower withers before the leaves grow. They are biologically cursed, to be separated. This is the central tragedy of Phrolova's goal. She is trying to force the flower, death, and the leaf, life, to exist in the same space. She is trying to marry the tacet discord with the human soul. But just like the spider lily, these two states cannot coexist. By forcing them together in the lost beyond, she isn't creating life. She is breaking the fundamental law of nature, represented by the very symbol she wears. This links her directly to Hecate, the Greek goddess of boundaries. Phrolova isn't just a musician. She is a necromancer, standing at the ostium, the door between worlds, but she refuses to let anyone pass through. She stands in the doorway, blocking traffic, ensuring that the dead cannot leave and the living cannot move on. This leads us to the final confrontation. And no, I don't mean the boss fight. I mean the conversation that happens before it. Phrolova says something chilling to the rover. We are both driven by the same madness. The only difference is that you've forgotten it all. She is right. Think about it. Rover fights the lament, fails, and Rover wakes up with amnesia to try again. It is the myth of Sisyphus, pushing the boulder up the hill. Rover embodies absurdism. Like Camus' Sisyphus, Rover finds meaning in the struggle itself. The lack of memory allows Rover to say, "I will try again," without the crushing weight of 1,000 previous failures. Phrolova embodies nihilism. She remembers every time the boulder rolled down the hill. She remembers every death. And because she remembers, she has decided that the struggle is pointless. She chooses to freeze the boulder in place. She hates you because you are playing the same game she is. But you are allowed to cheat. You get to wipe the save file. She has to live with the corrupted data. So, is Phrolova evil? Evil is too simple a word. Phrolova is the inevitable consequence of a world that refuses to let people die with dignity. Her crime wasn't that she wanted to save her family. Her crime was that she created a purgatory and called it paradise. In the lost beyond, nothing changes. No one grows old. No one learns anything new. No one can say a new sentence that wasn't programmed into them by Phrolova's memory. It is a museum of grief. Life requires the leaf to fall so the flower can bloom. Phrolova tried to keep the leaf green forever, and in doing so, she ensured that nothing in her world would ever truly bloom again. She is the conductor of a symphony that never resolves. And for a musician, that is a fate worse than death. If this deep dive added a new layer to your understanding of Wuthering Waves, consider leaving a like. It helps this type of long-form analysis survive. If you want to see games treated as serious texts, you are welcome to subscribe and join the community. But more importantly, I want to hear your verdict. Is Phrolova's Lost Beyond a mercy or a prison? Read the pinned comment for my take and leave yours below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.